Hey, my name's Jeff, and today we're going to change fuel filters on a 2021 Ram 3500 with the Cummins turbo diesel. Stay tuned. Highly recommend only using Mopar brand fuel filters for this job. I wouldn't mess with an expensive fuel system, so stick with OEM. And I buy from Gino's Garage. They've always treated me well, almost always have everything in stock. And these are the part numbers we need. Take a screenshot. Front, rear. To do the job, you need an 1 1/8" socket, wrench, extensions, and a swivel, and a small flathead screwdriver if you want to get the wiring harnesses undone. Step 1, pop the hood. I think that's where you want the oil pan to catch your diesel from the front filter. It's close. See the socket? That's your front fuel filter. Unscrew the lid, use some extensions. You can route it a couple different ways. The straighter you get it, the easier it is. The first time you do it will be the worst. Take the top off, open the purge valve, bleed out some of the fuel in the water. There's a screw, it's yellow, at the bottom of the canister. That's going to drain out. I just opened the yellow screw. It's the water separator. And that was taking the cap off of the fuel filter canister. I actually hit my bullseye. There's the filter. It got a little dirty rubbing it out. That's all you gotta do. Let it drain. This is about 3 minutes and it's done draining. Close the yellow screw. Install your O-ring. Push your new filter in and torque down the cap. O-ring goes around the top of the filter canister, not necessarily inside the cap. You want to install it at the bottom of the threads on top of the filter canister. I always put a new one on. Usually it's included with your filter. I always keep the takeoffs just in case I break one. New filter. This is the top. It simply pushes in. Try not to rub it all over your dirty motor on your way in. When you're putting your O-ring on, use a little oil. Move it up. To help it get seated. 30.5 Newton meter. You should probably listen to them. I don't. Doesn't have to be tight, just snug. One hand. Swivel, socket, two 12-inch extensions. Easy enough. That's the front. To do the rear, go ahead and get under the truck. However you have to. If you use a lift, don't forget a backup safety device. Your fuel filter in the rear is right there next to your fuel tank. 1 1/8 inch socket, purge valve, so you can open this to drain some of the can, take the bottom off, remove the old filter and O-ring, install the new filter and O-ring, tighten up your valve, tighten up your cap cover, voila. About two full turns, we'll open that up. Three turns. If you can use a funnel, it'll keep the splash off your drive shaft. It's always messy. New O-ring goes on the cap. Circle down, oval-ish up. It will lock in place. Give it a little push. Make sure your valve is closed. Snug it up. That's the change. Ram recommends 10 no starts. So press your key or press your button or turn your key to run, but not to start. So I have push button. In this case, I do not step on the brake. Light the dash up. Each time you do this for about 15 to 30 seconds, you should be able to hear your fuel pump cycling, and that will be priming the system. It never works all the way for me, but this is what they say to do. After 10 of those, we'll start the truck. And check for leaks. Front looks good. And the back looks good. Depending on which model vehicle you have, reset your fuel filter. And do it every 15,000 miles. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Feel free to ask questions if you got them.